Call Haloyim, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakadash. This is another digital epistle to the 12 tribes of Israel. Double honors to the elders and apostles who've been laboring and who were well in the truth. You know, honors to any likewise, any brother pushing on the likewise doctrine, any affiliate. You know, honor to any brothers who just believe in the doctrine, especially in the last days, man. Revelation 2:9. I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Has done to you, says our Holy Bible. And we do remember and we are fighting. Our brave troops and combatants who are now in Gaza or around Gaza and in all other regions in Israel are joining this chain of Jewish heroes, a chain that has started 3,000 years ago from Joshua ben Nun until the heroes of 1948, the Six-Day War, the 73 October War, and all other wars in this country. Our hero troops, they have one supreme main goal: to completely defeat the murderous enemy and to guarantee our existence in this country. We've always said, never again. Never again is now.
John 4:19. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mount, and ye say that in Jerusalem is in the place where men ought to worship. And Yahweh said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is for the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit, and seeketh such to worship him. You know? These men out here, man, they're claiming our fathers, man. They're claiming our fathers, man. They're claiming that claiming our history. Hmm. Now let us Ecclesiastes 44:1. Now let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us, man. These are our fathers who begot us, man. These are our fathers, man. Pale faced Edomites are claiming our heritage. Man, they're claiming our heritage. Man. They're claiming our history. They're claiming that the triumphs of our people coming out of Egypt, out of the Israelites, is connected. is coming with the same spirit as Joshua and Moses. You know, it's coming. David and all of our prophets is coming in the same spirit. It's coming with the same ordinance under the Lord. You know, in 1948. You know, our fathers worshiping this mountain, man, not him, man. Not through the spirit, man. The whole land is filled with a bunch of Sumerians, a bunch of Amalekites. You know, they're pushing that Babylonian, Chaldean, Talmud. Mm-hmm. But Psalms 50:16. But unto the wicked, that power saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or shall takest my covenant into thy mouth, man? Man, it's just so wild to me, man. Know how we did it, man. We made him hewers of water and fetchers of wood, man. And so we were to exterminate the other nations, man. But we were always to deal with them in order, man. And there's no end to all the people. The whole story was written out so all the people could be here to play out, their role in their judgment. But the what is happening in that land is not a fulfillment of the scripture. He says, "Thou shalt no continue in city," man. And these people, they're killing a child every 10 minutes.
If you want me to teach you an argument that will silence any atheist, click on the link below.
You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible, and we do remember, and we are fighting our brave troops and
You won't believe what Elon Musk did inside the walls of this building you see behind me. I'm here in San Francisco to report on Elon's new project. Something
you must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible, and we do remember, and we are fighting our brave troop heroes at the 3 October War and all other wars in this country. Our hero troops, they have one supreme main goal: to completely defeat the murderous enemy and to guarantee our existence in this country. We've always said, never again. Never again is now.
Mitzvah number 604. So this is based on Deuteronomy 25:19. Cut off the seed of Amalek. Okay. That is, destroy them utterly. Commit cherem against Amalek. And number 605, based on the same verse, blot out the memory of Amalek and don't forget Amalek. So extremist messianic Israeli settlers often invoke Amalek as a justification for the massacre and displacement of the Palestinian people. And by the way, just the other day, the Israeli authorities in the West Bank were literally passing out assault rifles to Israeli settlers. I don't know if you saw that. I mean, settlers who are illegally occupying the West Bank now have assault weapons, military-grade weapons. But anyway, who is Amalek? So Amalek was the first nation to fight against the Israelites according to the Torah, right? So they're also called the Amalekites. So as you mentioned, 1 Samuel 15, King Saul was ordered by God to commit cherem against the Amalekites, to exterminate their men, women, and children, and animals, total extermination. King Saul, however, spared the Amalekite king Agag. His name was Agag. Now, in the book of Esther, chapter 3, we're told that Haman, the Persian minister of Xerxes, was an Agagite. In other words, he was a descendant of Agag. In other words, he was an Amalekite. And Haman wanted to exterminate the Jews, according to Esther. So this is the MO of the Amalekites. They want to destroy Israel. Okay, now the Torah also says, it says, Milchama le'Adonai ve'Amalek medor dor. The Lord will be at war with Amalek from generation to generation. Medor dor means from generation.
First Maccabees 3:48, and lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. You know, we're coming into these dark ages, man. You know, really these two people. In the land. For the heathen, who parted the land, are really two different remnants of the same people. You know, Khazars. That went into the Ottomans. Or you got the Khazars. from King Bullen, that created the concept of Judaism and claimed to be Japhet, um, for religious, political advantage.
Forever perpetual warfare against Amalek. The Lord declares perpetual warfare against Amalek. Now, tradition.
Job's 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and he covered up the faces of the judges thereof. And if not, where? Who is he? They cover up the faces of the judges, man. They paint all the Israelites and everyone in the history, the Egyptians or anyone who ever done anything. They paint themselves as it. So now, to completely where? They're saying who is Esau Edom, man? They can just place down all their enemies, man. But it's really the devil, man. Because even when you tell the truth, he's telling a lie. When he says that's Amalek, yes, that's Amalek. But there's more Amalekites on that side than there are on that side. You have Amalekites, you have Mesoram, Jake, Cush, I don't know what's your party, Elon.
Modern traditional Jews, they tend to interpret these commandments against Amalek on strictly genealogical grounds. In other words, any and all descendants of Amalek must be killed, irrespective of their culture. This is why when it comes to the 7 nations, conversion, they can actually convert and become a Ben Noach, they follow the Noahitic laws, or they can actually convert to Judaism and become a Ben Barit. But there's difference of opinion about accepting the conversion of an Amalekite. However, many would argue, since it is impossible to identify who is a true Amalekite, that the term Amalek refers to any enemy of the Jews in any generation. It's the mindset of Amalek. It's the mentality of Amalek. The culture of Amalek continues perpetually. So the Romans were the Amalek of their day. The Nazis were the Amalek of you understand? They have to find an Amalek in every generation. There was a Jewish professor at UCLA, and a Zionist, Deborah Lipstadt, who famously referred to British historian of German history, David Irving, as, quote, a contemporary Amalek. Right? In other words, he deserves to be killed for his views on history. That's basically what she's saying. This is a dog whistle. Now,
I recommend this book, by the way, by Ilan Pappé, an Israeli historian, now teaching history at Exeter University as professor. The DNA of the ideology itself.
Yeah, exactly. And now, guess upon whom the modern Zionists apply this designation of Amalek more than any other. Well, broadly speaking, anyone who argues for the dissolution of the modern state of Israel is an Amalek. Anyone who argues against the legality of the modern nationalistic apartheid state of Israel, apartheid even according to Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, Jimmy Carter, but more specifically, Iran has been called Amalek. Several days ago, the Israeli Minister of Economy, his name is Nir Barkat, he threatened to, quote, wipe Iran off the face of the earth. Those are his words. And then we have these neocon war hawks in our government, the American government, who have unconditional obedience to Israel, right? Who do nothing but escalate the situation. And now they're recycling all of this 9/11 rhetoric to access.
They cover up the faces of the judges, man. These are unjust balances. To anybody, they're just the spirit of Amalek. But this is how you, how you manipulate the scriptures, man, to support their this Zionist political, agenda, and we see that, it's leading to war with Iran. It's going to be a war, Iran, Lebanon, Yeah, and they're pushing that. I even saw a video caption, collecting videos for this, video. It said the mustache man is was he an Amalek, So when they go commit this false flag, man, they're gonna push that Amalek spirit real hard, man. I'll go to show you how loosely they how it's crazy.
Evil, all this type of thing. It's all coming back. Here's another quote. This goes back to modern Amalek, the former director of Israel Land Authority. His name is Benzi Lieberman. He actually said this in 2004. He's a director, so these are people in positions of power. This is a direct quote. The Palestinians are Amalek. We will destroy them. End quote. So now you understand what he means. He's invoking cherem, genocide of the Palestinian people. This goes back to something that you mentioned, Ilan Pappé, right? The ethnic cleansing of Palestine. This is called Plan Dalet. Plan Dalet in 1947.
That's the Hebrew D, Plan D.
The Hebrew D, Plan D, state enacted Israeli terrorism. So these are religious extremists drunk on messianic fervor. They're trying to inaugurate their messianic age with a massive human sacrifice. This is really evil stuff here. You know what? And I truly believe this. I truly believe that Jewish people who are good and just and compassionate, I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that when the real Messiah comes, they will believe in him and follow him. Now, Paul, I mentioned some of these. I mentioned some of these things about Amalek over a week ago, and then the very next day, Bibi himself, right?
The Prime Minister of Israel.
Prime Minister of Israel, you must remember what Amalek has done to you. Another dog whistle. I mean, the initiated knows what he means, right? But now we know what he means.
Yeah, we know it. You know what it means. I know what it means. I'm just shocked at how few people in the Western media have bothered to report this at all. Like the
Yeah,
BBC.
amazing.
It's just like it's just not interesting. Why?
The Holocaust on the Palestinians. This was years ago.
Yes,
I mean, Norman Finkelstein. He said that this claim.
And then you will get to see how how the Judaism and Zionism need for they needed the atrocities that happened in the Second World War. It's just as a really justification to survive, man, and to protect itself. And we see how this agenda has been bent. How we see not yeah, you seen the Prime Minister of Israel should blame the Muslims, saying, "Oh, Hitler didn't really want to. He just wanted to kick them out. He didn't want to exterminate them." And he said, um, they said, then he said a Muslim said that would be too hard. Now they're blaming them on Palestinians. We see how even for Putin, just Hitler, they're gonna continuously invoke this propaganda because this was one of the biggest sorceries, biggest witchcraft, biggest spells ever put on the world.
Beyond the lunacy. I mean, he blamed the Holocaust on the Palestinians. He's out of his mind. But what else does the Torah say about Amalek? This is what it says. It says, Timche eth zekor Amalek mitachat hashemayim. So that's Deuteronomy 25:19. In Arabic, it says, Umhu dhikra Amalek min tahti sama. You must blot out the very mention of Amalek from under the sun. So right now, as you said, in Western public discourse, there's a disturbing trend. Any defense of the Palestinian people is being branded as supporting terrorism and anti-Semitic. It's a two.
And Job 15:6, and thy own lips condemn thee, not I. Yeah, thy own lips testify against thee. And all this America's been pushing this witchcraft like it's really this lamb that we're really the beacon of humanity. And they get you to hate all these countries when they cannot see the atrocities. Make you think about Russia as this inhumane force that they're just killing so many civilians, and you just gotta ignore that propaganda. You know. But the but people are also gonna resonate with this because this is all connected into everyone's freedom through the spirit. Everyone just doing it. Just you're just connected, man. All creation, mode, man. That's the mother of us all.
Now, why this trend? Well, it seems to me the remembrance of Amalek, the very mention of Amalek, must be blotted out. And for these Zionist extremists and zealots, Palestine is Amalek, and Western media is totally controlled by Zionist propaganda. So now, just having a Palestinian flag is seen as supporting terrorism and hating Jews. I mean, people are losing their jobs across multiple industries for uttering even a word of support for Palestinian lives, for speaking out against the carpet bombing of civilians. Meanwhile, right now in Palestine, Palestinian families are debating about whether they should all stay in one place or to split up. Because if they split up and Israel drops bombs, at least their entire family won't be killed. This is what Palestinians are doing right now. This is their discussion over the dinner table. This is what a guy he's sitting there with his wife and children. This is what they're discussing. And of course, the Zionists, they release fake.
And it tells you, man, that in the kingdom they'll learn war no more, man. They'll tell you that their own lips can testify against thee, man. And they'll contest. And when people call them out, they'll call America out and the atrocities of the genocides against the allies they committed. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, remember which that Amalek did to you in Israel, and how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt, man. Now, let's leave it out of Egypt, man. The Edomites were attacking us, man. So now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. Spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. And so gather the people together and number them, and tell them 200,000 by footmen and 10,000 by Judah. Mm-hmm. And Saul came to the city of Amalek and laid wait for them in the valley. wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Canaanites, Go, depart, and get you down from among the Amalekites east. I destroy you with them, for slew the slew kindness from all the children of Israel. When they came up from Egypt, the Canaanites departed among the Amalekites, and Saul smote the Amalekites from Havana till to shore that were against over Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people by the edge of the sword. But Saul spared Agag and the best of the sheep and the oxen and the fatlings and the lamb and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, they were utterly destroyed. You know, so people could talk about the evil of God and the genocide, but you know, if they were all if we discomforted all the Amalekites, by the sword, we wouldn't have these problems. But it's all how the Lord wanted to play it out. So prophecy could play out. But let to these people, look to the actual Amalekites, man. They'll really destroy their own people, man.
Images, fake recordings. Look up the Hannibal Directive. God knows what they can do with AI. It's all tricksterism. They have to manufacture consent.
Brothers and sisters, we're now.
Now you talk about terror.
I mean, we already been, called to break down the prophecies, with the war starting with the, with the elders, of course, first, and then on down, we'll break down, different updates, rumors, we do in the spirit, But when they go mention Amalek in the scriptures, they're 100%, in our realm, starting with the men, starting with the elders, of course. Deuteronomy 25:17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you came forth out of Egypt. When he met thee by the way, he smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble behind, and thou hast faint and weary, and were not feared, and he feared not God, man. Does it sound like the Palestinians, man? All you hear, Allah, Allah, Allah Akbar, you know? You know? The only time that they attacked the feeble was when they was dealing with us in the land, Therefore, it shall go when the Lord Yahweh thy power hath given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which thy Lord has given a possession, has given thee for inheritance to possess it. Thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from heaven. Thou shalt not forget it, man. They wanted to incite this, but Gamal Abdul, Nasser, the second president of the United States, of the United Arab Republic, the former president of the Republic of Egypt. Yeah, yeah. The Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. Yiddish, man. The um, late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television You Jews will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black and came back white. We will not accept you. You know? And they was looking for any reason to take that man on power, man.
What does science say about Egyptians' hair? Trichology is the study of hair. Using a trichometer, it measures the cross-section of a hair shaft and can reveal a person's race. The result is an index that varies depending on ethnicity. In the 1970s, Czech anthropologist Eugen Straul published a research on ancient Egyptian hair. The texture of the hair samples was diverse, wavy to curly. He observed that pre-dynastic Egyptians had hair varying from 35 to 65. Another study revealed that hair samples from the 18th to the 25th dynasties had an average value of 51. Dr. Pruner Bay analyzed further hair samples in 1877, and the average index was 64.4. The average of modern human hair is between 60, the kinkiest, and 110, the straightest. This is the averages of hair cross-sections by race. Ancient Egyptians are rated between this and this. As you can see, all European anthropologists came to the same conclusion. Ancient Egyptians had afro hair.
Some people who think that like black people or Africans are the real Jews, and we're just these like European
fake
colonials,
Jews,
fake Jews,
or new Jews or something.
new Jews. So here's the thing, like there are African groups that claim to be Israelite tribes. We actually visited one. There was we took a trip as part of a mission to Nigeria. A lot of Igbo people believe they're a lost tribe of Israel. And so we actually made a connection because we're Rhode Island, and Rhode Island does these things where like the Igbo people of Nigeria and the Rhode Island Jewish community like connected, and they sent a couple of tribal elders here, and then we went to the Igbo land in Nigeria, me and my friend Shai Afsai, who led the trip, and my wife Naomi. It was a great time of like and like they're doing a Jewish thing there in Nigeria, and so like that's real, like that's legit. There's some people who think that like black people.
Now the Igbos are surrounded on all sides by other ethnic groups like the Ijaw, the Ogoni, the Igala, the Tiv, the Yako, Edo, the Shekiri, Ibibio, and others. While some accounts insist that the Igbo are indigenous to where they are now, others suggest that they came from around the River Benue, while others suggest that the Igbo came from the land of Israel. The predecessor of the present ruler of Onitsha, one of the principal cities in Igbo land, Obi Ofala Okagwe, is actually on record declaring a kinship between the Igbo and the biblical people of Israel, in the same way that now the Igbos are surrounded. Now the
Igbo people are a people with a rich history, diversity, and a lot of culture, and have very similar experiences that other Jewish communities have had around the world that are known in the mainstream, whether it's through persecution or overcoming challenges. They believe to be descendants of a tribe of Israel, specifically of Gad. There is a large community within the Igbo population that has either preserved elements of their Jewish culture, their Jewish heritage, or has come back to their Jewish culture and heritage. And some of them are even now second generation born, where all they know is being Jewish. And we were coming to Nigeria to document specifically their stories. Where do they come from? What have they experienced? What is their history? What are their aspirations? What are their culture? Do they want to stay living in Nigeria? Do they want to come back to Israel? What is their story? Now, the Igbo people are a people with a rich history, diversity, and a lot.
In a 1969 memorandum for the president, Henry A. Kissinger, the National Security Advisor, quotes, "The Igbos are the wandering Jews of West Africa, the gifted, aggressive, westernized, and at best envied and resented, but mostly despised by the mass of their neighbors in the Federation." On January 2022 of this year, the Jewish Rabbinate of the Obadiah Alliance have declared that the Igbos of Nigeria are descendants of ancient Israelites. According to them, the presence of Israelites along the Niger River had been known by Jewish authorities in the United Kingdom and other European nations for a while, and they support the idea that there was contact between European Jewish communities and the Igbo Israelites. All of the correspondence from the aforementioned rabbinic authorities addressed the Igbos as the brethren of the children of Israel. Accordingly, there is no doubt of their origins. Transatlantic slave ship manifests were filled with Igbo Israelites. In a 1969 memorandum for the president, Henry A. Kissinger, the
Um, it's believe it's there's some sources that says that the Igbo first came from Egypt, whether they did or not. No, it all came out of Egypt, and the Israelites, clearly carried a building pattern wherever they went.
African history in 60 seconds: the forgotten Igbo pyramids. The wonder of the Igbo pyramids started in 1935 when British anthropologist and colonial administrator G.I. Jones took pictures of the Unsude pyramids. Jones in 1935 was building up an extraordinary photographic record of southeastern Nigerian culture when he stumbled upon the clay-formed wonders. Armed with his Rolleiflex camera, Jones took shots of the 10 circular step pyramids. The Unsude pyramids are however yet to be carbon dated, but judging by the black and white photos, they are very old. The first base section was 60 feet in circumference and 3 feet in height. The next stack was 45 feet in circumference. Circular stacks continued till it reached the top. The structures were temples for the god Alauto, who was believed to reside at the top. A stick was placed at the top of the pyramid to represent the god's residence. The structures were laid in groups of 5 parallel to each other because it was built of mud like the Defoa of Nubia. Time has unfortunately taken its toll on it. The pyramids are still located in Udi. African history in 60 seconds: the forgotten Igbo pyramids. The wonder of the Igbo pyramids started in
What about for me? I've been terrorized all my day.
Thought I'd go and have a look at Jewish literature to see what they say about their origins. And here we see 3 quotes. And the first is in the 1925 Jewish Encyclopedia, which says that Esau, Edom, is modern Jewry. And of course this is contrary to what most people believe today, which is that the Jews are God's chosen people because they are the Israelites.
You have 6 billion idol worshippers who makes God angry every second of their life. Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Tibet, Nepal, Thailand, so many. India alone is 500 million.
Hamas, the largest terrorist organization in the world, freshly funded by a financially buoyant Iran, had calculated their attack. Coming by land, air, and sea, they've now taken young men, women, and little children, even babies and the elderly and frail, just like the Amalekites did as ancient Israel escaped from Egypt. The spirit of Amalek continues throughout the generations, breathing murderous threats and constantly attempting to wipe Israel out for good. Hamas is a terror group, may have human agents, but the spirit behind it is demonic. Bleak as this picture is right now, just like every blistering prophecy in the Bible, there's always hope. Yeshua told us that there would be trouble in this world, but also he promised that he has overcome it. He is the Lord.
Everybody then was like, man, you're not with him.
Hamas.
It's the energy that comes 6 million of y'all need to burn. Just the energy. You know? 1 Corinthians 4:5. Therefore judge nothing before the time until the Lord come, who both will bring light the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest of the counsels of thine heart, and shall every man praise of thy power, man. And that's what's gonna come to the Spirit. What's gonna come, you know? The Lord's really bringing everything into light, you know? Whoa, who knew what Amalek was? The average person, you know, by name, you know. Maybe you might know the story, but you know, average people learn by name and how it's being connected. You know, these people are gonna go into the prophecy. It's gonna encourage people. You know, the truth is gonna explode. You know, does does it look like, you know, the Palestinians are getting the cream of the crop at the top, getting, you know, they're getting the high end of the blessing of Esau and the fatness of the earth and oil, you know, and then the prophecies, and this is not how biblical, you know, you got people who are set up. Candace going into IUIC reacting, and she's already beefing with Ben. And let's be honest, the only thing everything's dead. The only things that are cool are things that resonate with this truth and with this vibration. So if we see people in the world, let's be honest, people in the world, they really just be taking, they just go take from the Israelites to get their shit popping, to create and engage and show, you know. You know, she was going to definitions. She was with Kyrie. You know, because the true men go to work. The true prophets, they work, they struggle, they die in the daily. You know, they get their impurities get cleansed through suffering, man. To give you this word, we labor to give you this word. You know, starting with the elders. You know, and down, of course. But you know, these people, they see the prophets working, man. These people, so it makes it them easy for them to monetize the truth. You know, Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come, man. And when the Prime Minister of Israel said that, man, that's gonna change the vibration. Now people going into Amalek, people going to prophecy. It's gonna say this not gonna line up. You know about the king bull and the converts. You know, Ashkenaz, you know, it's descendant of Japheth, and how you get Ashkenaz and a Jew, you know. It says Ashkenaz, of the name of the region of a nation, Northern Asia, to spring from the term sought to be near Armenia. Unless this is the province of that country, similar to, the modern Jews understand this to be Germany, and call this. So, you get a map. Come from Turkey in that region. So even in the name, people are calling themselves the Khazars, the Khazarian Empire, the tribes that were compromised, the Khazar Empire were not ethnically united, but you're really Ottomans, man.
I thought I'd go and have a look at Jewish literature to see what they say about their origins. In the 1925 Jewish is modern Jewry, and of course this is
old encyclopedias, man, less than 100 years ago.
To what most people believe today, which is that the Jews are God's chosen people because they are the Israelites. But here the Jewish literature is saying that they are actually from the tribe of Edom, not the tribe of Israel. In the Jewish Almanac in 1980 it says, strictly speaking, it is incorrect to call an ancient Israelite a Jew or to call a contemporary Jew an Israelite or Hebrew. And that's because, truthfully speaking, they're not the Hebrews or Israelites, they are really the Edomites. And also we see here in the Encyclopedia Judaica that Edomite Jews began to call themselves Hebrews and Israelites in 1860.
It says, many reference the historical sources have unequivocally identified the bulk of the Ashkenazi Jews were derived from people known as the Khazars or the Khazars in some texts. The original Jewish Encyclopedia of 1905 revealed that the main stock of Jews came from Asiatic people known as the Khazars or the Khazars. The Khazars are people of Turkish origin whose life and history are interwoven from the beginning of the history of Jews of Russia. You have those the Khazarians, the Khazar Empire. Different factions of them. The king of King Bulan. You got him converting into claiming to be a son of Japheth. You're trying to shake coming out the cave. You're trying to shake the Esau. He claimed to be Japheth. King Bulan. Convert to Judaism. Historical evidence points to the region of the Urals of the Khazars.
Burn Boot Camp isn't just a gym. It's not just weights and equipment.
I can tell you that Sam Harris has always, I have not heard anything from Sam Harris in maybe months or
A fake trial is currently taking place to try and illegally remove my name from the ballot. I often say that 2024 will be the most important election in the history of our.
I can tell you that Sam Harris has always, I have not heard anything from Sam Harris in maybe months or.
Ezekiel 20:36. 2. Thus saith the Lord thy power, because thine enemy has said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord thy power, because they have made you desolate, swallowed you up on every side, that you might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers and the infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord thy power. Thus saith the Lord, thy power to the mountains and to the hills, to the valley, to the rivers, to the valleys, to the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which prey and derision, to the residue of the heathen are round about. Therefore, thus saith the Lord thy power, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen, and all of Idumea, both sides, have appointed have appointed my land in their possession, which have on their hearts and despise minds to cast it for a prey. So if there are Amalekites in Palestine, he said against the rest of the heathen and all of Idumea, all these different factions of the Edomites, man. There's more. There are more Edomites, in Israel living it up. More Amalekites in Israel living it up. Prophesy, therefore, concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mounts and to the say to the hills, to the rivers, to the valleys. Thus saith the Lord: Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury. I have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Lord: I have lifted up mine hand, and surely the heathen around about you shall bear the same. Ezekiel 35. And say unto it, 35:3. Thus saith unto it, thus say unto it, thus saith the Lord thy power. Behold, Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay the cities waste. Thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Um, you know, to all the people, when our captivity was supposed to be over in America, they continuously shed our blood. You know, when we're supposed to have, rest from um, the fall of the Roman Empire, man, they still shed our blood, as soon as they got back in power. Modern men still shed our blood. Them Khazars, they're no shelling our blood. Whether they're Mamluks, whether they were Khazar merchants. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will make a Mount Seir desolate, and cut off it that passes out, and him that return. I will fill his mountains with his slain men in the hills, in the valley, and in the rivers, and shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make perpetual desolations. Thy city shall not return. Ye shall know that I am the Lord, because thou hast said, 2 nations and 2 countries shall be mine, and we shall possess it, whereas the Lord was. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord thy power, I will even do according to mine anger, and according to thine envy, which has used out thine hatred against thee, and I will make known among them that I have judged thee, man. The Lord deep, man. Lord can have people living in Israel, living wickedly, and when they die, they come back as a Palestinian on the other side, And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all the blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountain of Israel, and they are laid desolate, for they are given to us to consume. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord thy power. The whole earth rejoice, and I will make thee desolate, man. And there's man, all these blasphemies that are coming out of Amalek. That that what they're doing right now, these genocides and all the war crimes that they're committing, is a fulfillment of prophecy. That's connected. It's part of the same legacy of Joshua the son of Nun, and also Moses, and David and all the prophets. But the whole world will rejoice. The whole world is against them. Hamas already won. It's really truly the Israelites won. Hast thou America and Israel already lost. Their enemies won, but truly the Israelites won. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so I will do unto thee, and make thee desolate, O Mount Seir, in all of Idumea, even all of it. They shall know that I am the Lord. The people, the Palestine, are Amalekites, mixed with, with the different, the people, other nations, some Greek, and others, some Israelites, some, but especially, Israel guy, the most Amalekites, man. And people will see, man. This is just gonna get people more into the prophecies. People gonna start, man. We're gonna be famous, man. The Bible said that they're gonna hold onto the skirt that he's a Jew, man.
A long time. But I can tell you on Palestinians, civilians, and I know that.
Call Halom Yahab Shem Yahshua. I hope this lesson was edifying.